Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for the main event. This is
Sibling Rivalry.
Wasabi, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. Thanks for listening, guys, and tuning in. We got an awesome show for you. My name is Lon.
What's up, B?
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. Wait, wasabi?
Wasabi.
Wasabi. Sorry, guys. It's really hot. I'm choking on a popsicle over here.
Oh, is that what they call it nowadays?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what they...
Dude, it's hot.
It's hot like
San
the devil's
Diego
anus.
is like super humid. I got out of work the other day and I was like, can I just stay at work because at least there's air conditioning.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Well, what would you do if you stayed home from work?
Stay to work from
Watch
home.
cartoons.
Hey, you got the segue!
I was trying to save you.
Cartoons,
So
guys.
yeah, man, cartoons has been a part of our childhood and even now, man, cartoons, animated series are amazing.
Tiny Rick.
Go, Rick!
I have a list of 50 best cartoons that someone compiled on IMDb, and I think we'll just be.
I don't know who DB is, but I am not DB.
And I don't know if it's specifically rated. They're numbered. They're not numbered like from worst to number one, but they're definitely numbered. So we'll go through them in a little bit, see how they fare, see if we, as a clan, actually
It's just 90s, right?
agree. Yeah, these are 90s cartoons. But what was your all's favorite 90s cartoons? Brandon?
Tommy liked Care Bears.
Shut up. I said 90s, not 80s, okay?
Whatever.
90s.
Yes.
My favorite cartoon growing up,
I can't even answer that.
I think
I can't
I think
even
it's mostly-
answer that. I can't.
I think mostly it's like if you like took the time to watch every week. Because growing up, we didn't have like TiVo or, DVR.
Saturday
We
morning
had,
cartoons.
yeah, and we couldn't look it up on the internet, so we had
There's
to watch
so many
it as
different
they aired it.
networks. Like, it's just how. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
You're good.
Are you giving me that look because I'm interrupting or because
No,
I'm
because
on
I'm
point?
listening to you. Jeez. Because you're actually freaking talking now.
Because I have alcohol in my system.
But like the one show that I took the time to watch every week, one cartoon I should say, was Ren and Stimpy. Even though my mom would be like, I don't know if that's a good show for you to watch. I'm like,
Actually, I think she banned me from watching it.
I know she banned you from watching Beavis and Butthead.
Ren and Stimpy was not even that bad. I mean, there was like
Compared to some shows?
compared to other shows, yeah, like Powerpuff Girls had like that him character. It was like drag queen, trans, I don't know, whatever.
Devil.
Yeah, that devil thing, and then they also Cow and Chicken had the other devil
You know
character
what?
with
Cow
the
and
butt and
Cow and
I
Chicken
love
was
Cow
like
and
so, like, I couldn't watch it. Like, it was so weird.
random. Like,
It was like, why? What am I watching? Kind of
Yeah,
weird.
I agree.
Well, what about you? What did you used to watch every week?
I loved Ren and Stimpy.
Mhm.
I have to get on that with you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Ren was like I wanted to own Ren. You know, he was like trembling little chihuahua. Like,
you know what was awesome though about Ren and Stimpy? Voiced by the same guy, Mr. Billy West.
mm-hmm.
Good guy.
Hey, Billy West, I love you.
I can't. I mean, aside from Ren and Stimpy,
what would you watch?
there was. I remember Tailspin. A
Oh,
lot
see,
of
all the
Tailspin.
Disney cartoons. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Aww,
Chippendales Rescue Rangers
Gotta
and
get up.
Gotta get going. I'm gonna see a friend of mine.
oh dear God. Yeah.
Oh, we got the button. We'll put the button.
Button. Who's got the
I
button?
got the button right here. We'll put the
We're gonna
button.
put the air horn in the middle, guys. Anytime anyone wants to.
Chime in and
Chime
hit
in.
that button.
There's so
Hit
many.
that
I
button.
can just like name drop, like go down the list.
Dude, yeah, no, but mostly all the Disney stuff we'd always watch every week. That doesn't really count.
And also the ABC Family one, right?
The one Saturday morning.
Yeah,
all
one
those.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you remember that?
Yes, I love one Saturday. I would Recess. What else? Angela Anaconda. Angela Anaconda. Remember
But the one show that I hated,
which one?
the one cartoon I hated every single week,
Doug.
and I would always skip it. No, I love Doug.
Oh, I hated the theme song.
That's also Billy West. He played Doug and Roger.
Love Doug.
Doug's amazing.
Billy West, the king of cartoons in the 90s. No, the one cartoon I hated, and I'm really sorry, Jackie.
He's about to get smacked.
I am. Pepperan, Pepperan. I hated that show. Mostly because the theme song was super annoying. I hated that theme song. And I was stuck in my head.
Well, anyway, IMDb's got that list of 50 best cartoons, and I'll go through some of them that are kind of notable at least the first 40 of them. But then we're gonna get down to what they considered the top 10, and then we can kind of pick and choose our battles with this one, or agree or disagree. So among the first 40 of them, things like Futurama, Family Guy. Feel free to chime right in. And
Futurama is such a great show.
Rocket Power.
I never got into Rocket Power, but it is a staple for most 90s kids.
Yeah. You know which one was my favorite? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry,
No, go for it.
Well, I remember always watching Kablam.
Kablam!
With the live action figures.
Oh my god,
So
yes!
wasn't Kablam part of all that? Like, it was a little segment on all that?
It was no, Kablam was its own show.
Oh.
Kablam was its own variety cartoon show. But do you remember the name of that
Kind of like the
superhero team that you said, you know, with the Flesh?
Yeah,
and
yes.
Melting Man.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't remember.
It was Action Team Now.
There you go.
Now.
Oh my gosh, that show was so random. My favorite of Kablam was Prometheus and Bob.
Yeah.
Loved
Oh
Prometheus and
my god.
And I appreciated Kablam for its the animation styles.
Mhm.
Very the different
The
animation
host,
styles.
right?
Yeah.
The girl and the guy that were
Mhm.
hosting the Kablam show.
Yeah, they were some sort of like two-dimensional, kind of like how South Park was animated. It was like they were animated, but they were also like cut out, stop motion sort of animation.
Also on this list, Cartoon Network's Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I loved it.
I never got into it.
Yeah.
Didn't make the list, but I remember watching Codename Kids Next Door, and that was a pretty awesome show.
I didn't like it.
I enjoyed that for a little bit.
It was too serious for me.
I remember Jackie watching the Foster's Home.
Oh my
Foster's
god!
And Blue.
Blue is amazing.
Blue. Oh, Coco. And what was his name? Eduardo?
Yes. Man, that was a good show.
I used to.
Also did not make this list, and I'm wondering who compiled it, because he missed a lot, or he or she missed a lot of great animated series from our childhood. Also, South Park is on this list.
Of course.
Yes.
South Park is so iconic and it's still going. I think it's like this 21st season coming up in this fall.
Woo!
Jeez.
I remember Tom had like the videos. Wasn't it
Oh, yeah.
VHS of like
The original, like,
Yeah.
a couple episodes. Yeah. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh, one of my favorites.
I'll never forget
Thanksgiving
that.
one, Marvin.
Sorry, Marvin.
Sarvin Marvin.
Mhm.
I'll never forget that. What's the pilot episode where Cartman gets like anally probed?
No, that's not the pilot. That was the first official episode. The pilot was apparently a boxing match between Jesus and Santa. That never, I don't think it ever
Oh.
aired, but it was on like on the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I
I,
kinda,
I just thought of one.
What?
That's probably not on there. I don't know. Would you consider it cartoon? Celebrity Deathmatch.
Oh my god, yeah.
Is it on the list?
You know what? This is
Would you consider that
90 to 99, and
Oh,
I
okay.
think Celebrity Deathmatch falls in like
the early 2000s.
I think so
I
too.
think so.
I think so too. But yeah, no, I watched me some.
Is
Celebrity
there Daria
Deathmatch.
on that list?
But when you're talking about, that's what I was gonna say. If you're talking about MTV, Daria is definitely on here, and Beavis and Butthead, obviously.
The sun. Daria, I love Daria. I used to like religiously watch Daria.
I remember.
And I love how those
that.
two universes are connected: Beavis and Butthead and Daria.
Well, Daria started in Beavis and Butthead.
Exactly.
I also liked how they would incorporate like music videos into the show.
Oh yeah.
Beavis and
Yeah,
Butthead.
that was the
That was the best.
The recent Beavis and Butthead that they would
There's
make fun of,
recent?
like, yeah, they would make
Oh,
fun of
no.
Jersey Shore. They, you haven't seen that?
No.
When they brought back Beavis and Butthead for a while, they would make fun of reality shows.
Who doesn't want to make fun of reality shows?
I remember that South Park episode that they did on Snooki.
Oh
Snooki
my-
wants mush mush.
We're gonna spend the entire episode like doing our impressions of these cartoon characters,
Right?
aren't we?
Snooki wants mush mush. Oh my god.
That reminds me of Futurama with the whole like death by Snoop Snoop.
Jumping on to other networks, Our Real Monsters is on here, as well as Hey Arnold.
Oh, did you see the Rocco's Modern Life trailer?
Yes.
No,
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, okay, we're gonna
What
do
is
this
happening?
live right now.
What is happening
via
here?
podcast. Rocco's Modern
Modern
Life
Life.
is coming back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wasn't like Rocco like a phone sex operator or something?
Yes, he went, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. All right, guys.
That's what I love about cartoons. They make them for kids, but then they put stuff in there that
So
only
much.
adults would know, and that's what makes it awesome for
Yeah.
adults. Like,
So much innuendo.
right?
Animaniacs was notorious for that. In
Yeah.
fact, they weren't even innuendos. They just flat out was like, here's some stuff for the adults.
Yeah,
I
really.
think it was more geared for
Well, actually,
teenagers and adults.
from different interviews and everything, it was mostly like they were testing like what can get through the censors.
What they can get away with.
All right, so live for this podcast, we're gonna have our Jackie's first reactions to the new Rocco's Modern Life
Let's do this, guys.
that was aired at San Diego Comic-Con this year.
We're home.
Oh my god.
Fellas? Yeah? I don't think we're in the 90s anymore.
Whoa. Wow.
I love how the animation stayed the same.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Buzzbucks next to a Buzzbucks.
That looks familiar.
Check it out. I got the new phone 8. Big whoop. I just got the new phone 9. This is a phone? But where are all the buttons?
Oh, Rocco, stuck in the 90s.
10?
Alright, this is not an accurate representation of society today. I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh,
poor
poor
Rocco.
Rocco.
My old job. Where's the door? Where are the comics?
3D printed comics.
Whoa! This food truck sells pizza tacos!
Oh my god, pizza
I got a
tacos.
wiener taco! I got a taco inside another taco!
Oh my god, it's
What'd
Taco
you get,
Bell.
Taco? No more games. This time, it's personal.
His chin looks like balls.
He was making fun of Christian Bale's Batman. And dubstep. Ugh. Reboot.
Oh my god.
Oh, Miss Big Head.
The 21st century is a very dangerous century.
Yeah, really.
Agreed.
Okay, so what disappointed me from that?
So is this going to be a series or an actual movie?
I believe it's a reboot. Oh yeah, it's an official reboot. So the entire cast is back. But like I said, what I was disappointed from the intro was we didn't get to see a lot of Spunky, and I loved Spunky. Spunky was like the cartoon dog. I mean, he was really cool. I liked it. Cute, super cute.
If you haven't checked out the trailer for the Rocco's Modern Life reboot, I suggest you guys get on it. Although I think by the time this podcast airs, a lot of you might have already seen it.
Hopefully.
But all it did was depress me. I feel like Rocco sometimes.
So it made you feel like how you felt when watching Wall-E? Seeing how this is where we're headed.
It really is.
Yeah, but with Rocco, it's not where we're headed, it's where we are.
Yeah, it is. And it's
Really hard.
I think that's what the whole point is. It's making fun of today. And I don't know, hopefully we can get people woke and freaking change the way we live.
Get woke. Get woke.
That was depressing. But I can't wait to watch it.
All right. Let's move
Well,
on.
that's true from being more depressed. Let's look at what this 50s Best 90s Cartoons guy on IMDb rated his top 10.
Top 10.
See, they didn't rate it 10 and on, but this is how it was numbered on the website. You can look it up for yourself. IMDb.com. Number 10, he listed X-Men.
X-Men,
the animated series.
from the 90s? Okay.
From the 90s.
That's a good show.
And I was happy with that
Iconic.
because obviously in the previous episode I was gung-ho about that.
Yes.
Number 9, Batman the series.
Wait a minute.
Number 9.
Oh, God.
Why is it so... Okay. Batman the Animated Series should be more top 5. I would be more satisfied with if it was more top 5.
Yeah.
Because it had really good writing, and I started rewatching it on Amazon Prime. It's really good, and it's okay. I could kind of see how it could fall a little short because it doesn't live up to cartoons nowadays. Everything's so fast paced.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I liked about Batman. It was like you could let it simmer a little bit. And you could progress the storyline for the whole 30 minutes, and I don't know, it's a good show. So number 9, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I knew you were gonna hate on the
Yeah.
It's okay.
that. Number 8, he listed Rugrats.
Aww.
I love Rugrats.
Okay, fun fact, y'all. Chubby has a Reptar tattoo
Tattoo.
on her chest. Tattoo.
I'm gonna get more cartoons on my leg.
Okay, who was your
My
favorite character in Rugrats?
Ooh, okay. I always said that I was Tommy Pickles because my name's Tom. But I always loved Chucky. Chucky was so cool, so
Loyal.
not just that, but he was the realest of the group. He was
Yeah.
all like, you know what? I don't think we should do this, guys. Can we do something else, like regular baby stuff? Can we suck on this bottle real quick?
You know me, I liked Phil and Lil.
Phil and Lil, the disgusting twins. Yes.
The troublemakers.
I almost thought you were gonna say Angelica Pickles, but
I almost was. But no, Phil and Lil were just so cute, and they were always down for whatever mischievous stuff.
My favorite character? I don't know.
Who liked Susie?
I was gonna say Susie, but
Yeah.
I mean, she
I
wasn't
like
really...
Melville.
Susie wasn't really in most of the episodes until later on.
Yeah.
Because I guess they needed another character or another character the same age as Angelica Pickles. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was. And she was kind of up there, but she was no Angelica Pickles.
Right.
She wasn't as popular or as shown as Angelica Pickles. From what I remember, Susie was alright. She was
adorable.
She had that coolness factor.
She was.
She had
cool.
swag before swag was swag.
All right, what else we got?
Did anybody else
Oh.
get a gay vibe from Phil and Lil's mom?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
lesbian. Like she was just like
I
so
think she
butch.
was
so
It's not
butch,
that-
She was
but,
so butch.
But yeah, she was so butch. Like I was just like,
she was. She had a sweatband around.
Who
right?
hated Angelica's parents? At least her mom.
Oh, yeah,
oh my
everybody-
god, I hated
everybody
the
hated her
fact
mom.
that she was just so focused on her work. Like it just was heartbreaking. Angelica's mom was like a lot of parents from the 90s. Like
Oh yeah.
even in 90s films, they like portrayed mothers or fathers as like work.
Too busy.
Work,
I'm,
work, 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 work.
I'm too busy for you right now. I need to go on my cell phone. My
Here.
flip cell phone.
Yeah, her flip. Her flip phone.
Oh my gosh.
And her like freaking straight, like.
I
hair
liked that
bob.
pantsuit though. It was pretty darn sweet. I have to give her that.
Yeah.
They put no. I'm not a big fan. They put number 7 as Tasmania, which was
I never watched it.
I watched Tasmania and it was good.
It rings a
But
bell,
it's,
but
it's not something that you would like write home about. I mean, yeah, they put a voice to Taz and he has a family, but like that's not Taz. I mean,
No.
they pushed it so far. With just giving him like a backstory and a family, and he was just that was so good about original Taz. He was just like a freaking monster who would just spin around, cause tornadoes, and destroy everything. Why do you?
I'm not even gonna try to do.
But yeah, no, I don't agree with that either.
No, I mean, I never watched it. If you guys watched it, cool. If you didn't, I bet there's a whole bunch of you more that don't even know what the hell that
Like,
show,
question mark.
what we're talking about.
The only thing
I
I rem-
definitely have a question mark over my head because
Yeah.
I never watched.
same.
The only thing that I remember from Tasmania was the theme song, and it was very catchy. It was like, "Come to Tasmania, come to Tasmania."
Oh my god. Okay. Now I
Oh,
get.
okay.
Now that,
Triggering some
Yes,
numbers
yes.
there.
That's what I do.
Yep.
Number 6, and not the only Disney animated
Okay.
series on here was Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put him in the top 10 there.
Sing it, Tom.
Darkwing Duck.
Better watch out, you bad boys.
My favorite character from Darkwing Duck was Gizmo Duck. I loved Gizmo Duck, and I
Right?
hated
How
that there was
awesome
no
was Gizmo?
real toy. I mean, I think they came out with a toy, but I never got one. But I wanted a Gizmo Duck toy.
Somebody get him a Gizmo Duck toy.
No, Funko, I need you to make a Gizmo Duck Funko Pop, and I'll buy that. Right now. Limited edition. You could price it at $30. I'll buy it right now.
Yeah, really.
Don't price it at $30 though. But yeah, Darkwing Duck was it was one of my favorite shows. It's like a superhero. It was like a Disney play on Batman, really. Because Darkwing doesn't have powers. He has gadgets like Batman. Like he has his gadgets. He has his dark costume, which is really looks like he just made at home. He has that cool like long build fedora.
Yeah.
What's his quote? The terror that quacks in the night.
Yeah.
That's so Batman. But Batman parodies are awesome, especially with ducks.
Breaking number 5, and it was mentioned earlier.
breaking the top
Was Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Made it the top 5. What was everyone's now thinking about songs? What was your
know.
favorite song from Ren and Stimpy?
Oh, I think we know.
We all know. We all have the same favorite song, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy,
Oh,
happy,
then
joy,
mine
joy.
is different.
Everyone
Oh.
wants a log.
Oh my
That was one of my favorites.
Mine was
honestly.
the Canadian Kilted Yaxman.
Oh my gosh. Oh, our country reeks of trees. Oh my gosh, that's all I
Our
remember.
yaks are
Really large,
and they smell like rotten beef carcasses. I love
And
it.
we have to clean up after them.
And
And
their
our saddle sores are the best. We proudly wear women's clothing, and searing sand blows up our skirts.
Yes.
What?
Dude, I can't believe I still remember that.
Yeah, the Kilted Yaxman was my favorite. My favorite though, like whoever. Okay, I I don't know if you guys were scared of him, but I was scared of him. The horse.
No, sir. I don't like it.
Yeah. Dude, he was crazy. I remember this one episode where he was like freaking out and like.
Oh, that's just that episode, really. But yeah, no, the whole show is freaky. Like, it's freaky for different people. But other than the Happy Happy Joy Joy, I'll go back to the song. Other than Happy Happy Joy Joy, I enjoyed the Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence.
Dude, how awesome were those little like commercials?
Outer Toastman.
Ren and Stimpy did have a lot. I love their little commercials.
Number 4, and we already talked about them earlier. Doug.
Doug.
Kind of touched on him earlier.
Okay, you know, I would
Was seriously like, if you need to relate to someone and you're going through your teenage years, just.
Doug is a good show, and I think that's why it's so high up on the list is because of that factor that, you know, he was very relatable to most kids. He had a really vivid imagination with the Quail Man. You know, I would actually say switch Batman and Doug, and I'll be happy.
Hey, well, see, I didn't really watch Batman, so Doug is definitely up there for me.
Alright, what else we got?
Going on the top 3, number 3, they put Tailspin.
Hey, what? Okay, out of all the Disney like cartoons, Tailspin was in the top 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some good Disney cartoons that I enjoyed at least. I don't know. I don't agree that Tailspin should be in the top 3. I mean, I agree with it being a really good cartoon because, like, you know, they brought back Baloo from Jungle Book.
And Shere Khan.
They brought. Well, did they bring back Shere Khan?
Oh no.
No.
No. What was that?
It was Don Carnage.
Don Carnage. There
Yeah,
you
they
go.
brought him and another awesome voice actor, Jim Cummings. Can we get this cat off the table? I'm so distracted.
Literally on top of my notes.
Okay.
I love the next 2. I love number 2 and I love number 1. Basically, if everyone was talking about their favorite cartoons of the 90s, and number 2 definitely falls in my number 1 because I remember getting up super early and watching this all the time with Bobby's World. Featuring the amazing vocal talents of Howie Mandel, who did like all the voices pretty much.
Yes.
Bobby's World. Now we're talking about like ultimate imagination there.
With those little tricycles.
Yeah.
Little tricycle.
Were you trying to sing the theme?
Yeah.
It sounded like that, right? I don't know. We're gonna go live here and we're gonna play the theme
Yeah,
song.
like, but it was like,
But he was like riding his little
Yeah.
tricycle.
Yeah, in his like world, you know. Here's the intro, guys.
so cute. I remember getting a pin from Hot Topic of Bobby Wolf.
Not too close.
How cute his little tricycle.
He's so cute.
I miss Bobby's World.
I remember they would have a crap load of stuff at Hot Topic with Bobby's World.
Oh, of course, yeah. Okay, I see Bobby's World as a top 3.
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure.
I remember when not knowing about how Hot Topic worked back in the 90s or early 2000s, and they had a Bobby's World shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna come back for that, not knowing that they will change out without any warning if they get new merch. So I come back like maybe a couple weeks later, it's not there. I'm pretty sure I could find it on like eBay or Amazon now, but
Maybe I should go one day during our episodes.
so Christmas list, guys. Bobby's World tee.
All right, I'm gonna take a stab because at the number 1
Okay.
because it has not been mentioned, and I'm sitting here thinking,
And you probably
When
saw it
are
on my
you-
notebook. No.
I can't. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see anything.
I
It's all
think I know
blurry to me.
what you're gonna say.
It hasn't been mentioned, and I'm just like, when is somebody gonna bring it up? Is it?
Well,
Did
let's-
he
I know who it is.
How about we do our guesses for the
Yeah.
number 1?
okay.
Why don't we
Yes.
do our guesses? Jackie, you start. Since
I'm
you
gonna
had-
guess Tiny Toons.
Ooh, Tiny Toons is a good one. I'm gonna guess Animaniacs.
We talked about Animaniacs.
We talked about
already.
Animaniacs.
We did? Oh, we
earlier.
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
they didn't even break the top 10. They were like
How is
11.
Animaniacs not in the top 10?
I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
Whoever compiled this list doesn't know his cartoons.
Oh, no, he does
Number
not.
one.
Okay, then.
Or she.
What's your
I don't
guess?
know.
There's just
Oh,
so
sorry.
many. Okay, I have Courage the Cowardly Dog in my head. I have
It's not on there.
Beetlejuice the animated series in my
Ooh.
head. I have shoot, what other one? Oh, A Pup Named Scooby Doo in my head.
Ooh.
Johnny Bravo. Like, there's a few
As a
in my
number
head.
one,
As number one, no. I don't think any of those would crack it, but you made me think of a cartoon, and
what's your guess?
Dexter.
Dexter's Lab could be up there.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff
has been
Girls,
mentioned.
yeah.
I think, yeah, Powerpuff.
One of those Cartoon Network cartoons could be up there.
So, of all the
Are we
guesses,
all wrong?
number one on IMDb's top 50 90s cartoons goes to Jackie. She got it right. Tiny Toon Adventure.
Yay! See, because that show, that was my shit.
Yeah.
That was like my go-to. That one and Animaniacs. I remember coming home from school and watching Tiny Toons and Animaniacs.
That's so weird though. Like how I don't agree with this list. Cause
No, I don't
like,
either.
Me neither.
You would watch Tiny Toons and then right after would be Animaniacs. What I mean, those are the two top
But
shows
yeah.
that I believe were in the like when you think of the '90s, Tiny Toons and Animaniacs. More Animaniacs than Tiny Toons.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
The things that weren't mentioned on this list of 50, which definitely needed honor, was definitely what Chubby said earlier, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Simpsons wasn't on there, and I was like, how the
How do
Oh.
you not have
Yeah,
What do you
so
have, South Park and
definitely
Family Guy?
Simpsons. Well, South Park was on that list. Looney Tunes is more like 50s cartoons, but
It is.
like they were
They
around
had
in the
90s cartoons. too.
Cat Dog wasn't on that list.
Oh.
So
What
about
I
Angry
actually
Beavers?
loved
What about
Cat
Angry
Dog.
Beavers?
Angry Beavers.
I would
Angry
go-
Beavers was on the list.
Oh.
Yeah, they were on the list. Yeah. Captain Planet wasn't on there.
No, that was more old.
Oh.
That was a more older cartoon that was
Like late
brought back
80s?
for the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Like late 80s, yeah.
Gummy Bears too
But that's
was
80s,
good.
wasn't
Yeah, Captain Planet was 80s.
No, Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears was
it
80s, yeah.
Oh. I just remember, I think it was Sunny Bear, the yellow one. The daughter was walking around Disneyland once, and I remember
But
meeting her.
definitely, I didn't hear any DuckTales. I didn't hear. Did we talk about DuckTales? I mean, we're talking about Darkwing Duck, but I didn't see DuckTales
No,
on
I
that
didn't hear
list.
DuckTales, and
I
they're
don't
bringing.
think I
they're
mentioned
rebooting
it.
Whoa, I'm
DuckTales.
looking at the list right now, and the first thing I see is Dr. Katz. I remember Dr.
I
Katz.
hated Dr.
But
Katz. Not
why would you
relatable
have
to me.
Dr. Katz on that list and not The Simpsons?
There you go.
What is that?
Well,
Well,
just
because
swap them
Simpsons,
out.
I think because maybe Simpsons are still so relevant.
I guess so, but like it went huge in the 90s.
It did. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially that god awful episode. I mean, it's not. I'm not god awful, but like it was awesome. But like it made me wait so long to find out who shot Mr. Burns.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
It was the biggest freaking thing to come from a cartoon.
And who was it?
Freaking Maggie Simpson.
Like all that time.
Otherwise-
I remember. I remember that too. I remember I was so upset because it was like
Months, right?
we waited. Well, I mean, we were little, so it felt like months.
Forever.
It felt like forever. Yeah, I remember. I was like so upset. I was like, oh, it was Marge. Oh, it was Smithers. Yeah.
I guess we'll top it off with this. I want your thoughts. 90s cartoons or cartoons now? Which one's better? And what is your favorite? What is your favorite recent cartoon? Like one that's airing.
Tiny
right
Rick.
now?
Well, I mean, 90s cartoons versus now, I can't really pit them against each other because they're completely different things. Back in the 90s, like there was structure in the cartoons. There's some structures like Steven Universe, great story, great cartoon, but then you have these weird ones like Adventure Time, and Regular Show. Chowder. Oh yeah, Chowder. I think that got canceled, but yeah, that was like a completely random cartoon, and I think Adventure Time actually does have a good storyline too, but you don't see it in the beginning. But yeah, no, it's they're completely different worlds. I can't really pit them against each other. I guess to answer the question, I would say 90s, obviously, because I'm
Yeah.
a 90s kid.
Yeah, I say 90s.
I would say 90s too.
I mean,
I don't know. There's
down.
just so many.
hands down. Like that. Because, I mean, a lot of the... Do they even still have Saturday morning cartoons?
They do, but they're not known and good.
Is it just because we're old and we just don't
Maybe.
watch them?
I think it's mostly because Cartoon Network is showing cartoons like all day, every day.
Yeah.
That they stopped really pandering to the Saturday morning
Yeah.
cartoon.
I like
thing.
Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Like, I love freaking Bob's Burgers and freaking Family Guy and American Dad.
I
Dude.
just I feel like the animated world is
Tiny Rick!
Pickle Rick.
Dude, Rick and Morty, like, can we just say,
Such a good show.
such an amazing show.
Yes, it is.
And McDonald's needs to bring back the Szechuan sauce.
Yes, please.
Okay.
You gave Justin Roiland
A big jug.
His big jug. We want our jugs now. We want our freaking. We don't even need a
McDonald's,
jug.
if you want to make more money,
You-
bring back the Szechuan sauce.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
rumored that they might bring it back for a short period of time, because of the whole Justin Roiland getting his own jug. But
Yeah, that's true. You
Just
just
bring it
bring
back.
it back.
Just bring it back.
I don't even remember what it tastes like.
Yeah, I don't remember what the Szechuan sauce tastes like, but freaking Rick just sold it to me. Like, if it takes 9 seasons, Morty, we're gonna get that Szechuan sauce, that dipping sauce, Morty.
And can we talk about Garfield and Friends, guys?
Oh
yeah,
my god!
I loved Garfield and Friends. That was another thing I would get up for.
That was another really, really good cartoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Garfield and Friends. Yeah, you had to like wake up really early for that show. Like
I was up
it
early.
would air that
4:30 in the morning.
No, 6 o'clock in the morning.
I
It was on
remember.
at 6.
I remember waking up at 4:30 in the morning to watch it.
Why the heck are you
Whoa.
waking up at 4:30 in the
Did
morning?
you have direct TV?
Freaking no, we had Cox. I mean,
I woke up
we
at
had
6.
local cable provider.
Actually, okay, maybe it was on at 5:30, but I would wake up for school, and by the
Yeah.
time it hit 6 or 6:30, Bobby's World was on. But I remember Garfield and Friends being on before Bobby's World. So if I got up early enough, I could watch Garfield and Friends and then Bobby's World. So then I got like 2 cartoons before school. And then after school, it was all about Sailor Moon.
I don't know about that.
But that's another.
We're not gonna
that's
touch
another
that
realm.
one.
That's another
What
realm.
about gargoyles?
Gargoyles was good.
Yes.
Gargoyles.
Let's see. All Real Monsters was talked about.
Anyways,
These are some really good cartoons.
back to
There's
Garfield
so
and
many.
Friends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
love. Do you remember that we used to watch the Christmas episode and the
Oh,
Halloween
no,
episode?
the
I still
Christmas.
watch it every year, every Halloween, never
Every
fails,
Christmas.
and every Christmas. That was always my favorite.
I mean, the Garfield Christmas special, it just makes you so emotional.
yeah,
Especially with the what was it? The grandma? What's her name?
yeah. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name is, but like, that's some good wholesome cartoon. Like, it just warms your heart, and that's the essence of '90s.
Yeah.
Like it just touches your soul and just stays there with you. Like even nowadays, like Jackie said, you rewatch these cartoons and they still hold value. Yeah.
And you know which other ones I watch? I know that they're not 90s. But every Halloween, every Thanksgiving, and every Christmas also, I always make sure to watch the Charlie Brown specials.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not 90s, but, that's when I watched it in the 90s. I started watching it, but
See, I would mostly just watch like the Charlie Brown Christmas.
no.
Like,
the
I
Great
never
Pumpkin,
watched,
I
I
cannot.
never watched the
like-
Great Pumpkin.
How did you never watch the Great
I
Pumpkin?
never watched it
Why?
Because
I
I
watched
never-
it every year.
because I was too busy
Garcia
watching.
always put it on for us.
I was too busy.
He was too bitchy.
I was too busy watching the Garfield Halloween special. Freaks me out every time.
Are those Simpsons, the treehouse?
And the Treehouse, Simpsons Treehouse.
Oh yeah.
No.
You know what? Here's what I love about streaming TV shows on the internet. You can pick and choose which episodes you want to watch, and I literally like I will sit there and I will watch like every freaking Treehouse of Horror.
Courage the Cowardly Dog was
hated that
super creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Hated that
So
show.
dark. I didn't like watching it.
There was one episode that always freaked me out, and I think it still freaks people out today. It's I know you know, Chubby. That one episode where
he's like,
that ghost thing that keeps getting closer and closer. You know, they were out, like, Courage would look out from into the desert, see this scary ghost thing, and
God.
I'm done with that. I brought back memories. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Thanks. Anything else?
Other than current faves, but we talked about Rick and Morty.
Oh, current faves. Yeah, we talked about Rick and Morty. I'm
Steven Universe.
I'm completely caught up with Steven Universe.
I've
It's
never
a
watched
really
it.
good. So Steven Universe.
Get on it if you haven't already.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, you should give it at least a shot. They're 10-minute episodes, 10, 12-minute episodes each episode. And the topics that they freaking touch on, LGBT, you know, they have a character, one of the main characters, Pearl, who was in love with Steven's mom at the time where she was in love with Steven's dad, Greg. And they would feud over, what was her name? Rose Quartz. They would feud over her. And it's really good. But even without the LGBT themes, like it's a really good episode. Steven never knowing his mom, like you could tell that like whenever the show mentions his mom, like it's so like touching to him. It's like a really touchy subject, and you just can't help but like get emotionally like involved into this show.
And I mean, I think all the characters have some sort of like quality in them that kind of just makes them stand out and warms your heart. But Steven is such a great guy. Like he's super young. Like he's like 14 on the show technically.
It's innocence. That's
but
what it is.
he's got this just a pure heart, and it really shows. And he loves everyone. He's accepting of everyone.
Even
and
the bad guys.
I love the little town that they live in too.
Beach City.
I really love it.
I totally just remembered a cartoon that nobody actually mentioned.
Ooh, cool.
Josie and the Pussycats.
But that wasn't 90s.
It wasn't
That was
80s,
No,
right?
that was like 80s.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's old timey cartoon.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
like Space Ghost.
You know what?
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Space Ghost
Kinda.
was not.
Okay, not Space Ghost. I
Space
don't know.
Ghost was like early 2000s when you're talking about like
No.
Space
I'm
Ghost
not
and-
talking about Coast to Coast. Space Ghost was an old cartoon along with Birdman. They were old cartoons
Oh,
that
Cartoon
were.
Planet.
Yeah, they were
They were
brought
90s.
back.
They were 90s.
What?
We'll fact check that, but they were on the 90s list.
These cartoons were very old, like 60s, 70s, and then they brought it back. So they could be in modern times, like Brack and all that. That wasn't their character.
I love you, baby.
Brack is one of my favorite cartoon characters. The 90s Brack, I should say.
Yeah.
The old Space Ghost cartoons, he was like a villain. He didn't even have that kind of voice. He was just like another villain for Space Ghost to defeat, and that's it.
Yeah.
Those were good shows though. Josie and the Pussycats was a good one too.
It was a good show.
So, Jack, what's your current fave?
My current fave, besides Rick and Morty, you know what I'm getting into? F is for Family. If you haven't seen F is for Family, oh my
On
god.
Netflix.
On Netflix. It's
Uncensored and
it's specifically
amazing.
for Netflix. It's a Netflix show. You want to talk about like adult cartoons.
That's pretty adult.
It's
Gonna get.
it's adult.
It's amazing though. It's amazing.
It's hilarious. Like freaking eat an edible, smoke a blunt, and watch the show. It is hilarious.
Yeah, I was gonna say my 3 current ones that I'm watching. If I'm not watching Rick and Morty, I'm watching regular show. If I'm not watching regular show, then I'll watch F is for Family. Those are my 3 that I watch.
Oh
Because I still watch 90s cartoons on a regular on YouTube or wherever I have to watch.
Same.
I still watch old cartoons.
No, my top 3: Rick and Morty, F is for Family, and American Dad.
Yeah, you're constantly
I'm
watching
constantly watching American Dad.
Constantly.
Dude, Roger is freaking hilarious. How do you not love Roger? And Steve? Like, oh my god.
Oh my god, when they sing that
When they
song,
sing.
that voice to that song, oh my god, I can't even. That's the best.
All right. Well, you guys gave your top 3. I'll do my top 3 then.
Okay.
Number 3.
Current top.
My current top 3. I would say I'm still actually watching South Park.
Okay.
I'm completely
Yeah,
caught up.
occasionally.
But when it's not on, obviously, I'll watch Bob's Burgers. It's a great show. Oh, come on. Don't give me that look. Bob's Burgers is so good.
It is good.
I
I
would-
would sit down
and I would
really
watch-
it.
I would watch Rick and Morty, obviously, and I would watch Steven Universe. Those are my top 3.
I just want to say, can we have a moment of silence for the voice of Natasha from Rocky and
Yes.
Bullwinkle? Can't have like a cartoon segment. She recently passed, so.
Yeah. That for you, Natasha. Well, if you have no more questions for us, we'd just like to thank you again for joining us for this podcast. Tune in next time. We'll get a little crazy for the next one. How about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Cash me outside. How about that?
Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
All right.